wanna see you in, look, I wanna see you in slow motion. Come stay the night, we can stay up till it's bright. In the morning, got the top open.
I want it all, I want it all. I want them 10s, 20s, pennies and no. I want it all. You don't like me, that's established. Keyboard warrior, ugly ass catfish. You can never act this out here, living that lavish life. You should be embarrassed, yikes. Cash in the vault, so it's safe to say your boy stay dry.
Hello, my name is Benjamin Stacey and I'm here with Randolph. How are you?
Yo, I'm good. Do you want me to hold the mic or are you going to do it?
I'll hold it, it's all good.
Yes, alright.
So how's the tour going so far?
Yeah, it's good. We've been quite a few places. I think this is one of the last shows we're doing in the UK. After this, we've got London and then Nottingham. After that, we go Dublin and then Europe. So.
Where's been your favourite place so far?
Yo, I'm going to take this, man, because like,
You take the mic.
this is an echoey room. You got to get it right close. Favourite place so far? I got to say Glasgow.
Glasgow.
They were the most hyped crowd. They were insane. So yeah, Glasgow's probably the best. Then maybe like Sheffield next, Cardiff. A lot of places have been good. But the more energy the fans give, then the more energy you give, and it's just a better show all around.
So obviously, with you being on YouTube and stuff, you've been in the game for a while. Was this always the end game? Was this always what you planned, you sort of wanted to do?
Yeah. So for me, music's always been my thing. So I started doing music originally, and then I used YouTube as like a website to just post my music too, like I did with MySpace, SoundCloud. For me, YouTube was just a way to, showcase my music. From there, I met JJ, and he used to use my music that I put on YouTube in his like FIFA videos, background music. And then from there, after meeting him, I started to do more like vlog style videos to try and build it up because I saw the audience was there for it. And that's kind of how I grew into where I'm at now. But music's always been like the end goal for me. So yeah that's why I went here on tour.
So obviously New Age isn't your first project, is it? You've had a few. So could you tell us a bit more about them and how you've sort of transitioned up to this album?
Yeah, so actually, I've done quite a few projects. I started way back when with an album called Game Over. That was when I was like 16 years old. You can't find it on iTunes or anything anymore, but I've still got it. Back then, I used to do like an American accent with my raps, because I used to listen to just American music because I would listen to the radio, TV, whatever was on mainstream is what I would listen to. That's kind of how I got into music. I didn't really know much about the UK scene, but as I got a little bit older, started to meet some friends in college, I was like, all right, this accent whack. I gotta be true to myself. From there, I did a few EPs, a few mixtapes, and then started to progress it. Even with JJ, we had a few projects that we did that never actually came out. So we've got a lot of music, stashed away. But then after the whole label situation with him, he left the label, and then it was like, all right, finally we can put something together properly and release it properly. And that's what New Age is, pretty much.
So how did the concept for New Age come about?
You know what? The concept is just pretty much just what we're living. Like, we're just in this New Age, like, media, really, where we're doing well, but like people aren't really catching up to it. But then like year and year and year, we can see that actually what we're doing is valued as much as what everyone else is doing. Just because you've not got a label or just because you've not got this whole team behind you doesn't mean you can't compete with them and do what they're doing. And at the start of what we were doing, it was kind of like a challenge to try and get our music out there. So obviously JJ was signed to labels, trying to go that route. And then actually the truth is, if you just do it yourself, and if you can like get your platform together and everything in line, you can actually do what everyone else is doing. And it's actually better for you because no one else owns your music, no one else is like telling you what to make, and it just feels good. And I feel like it's not just like constricted to music, it's also like gaming with like Ninja and Tfue with what they're doing as well. So it's like in every single pocket of the media, if you can figure out a way to do it yourself, it might take longer, but in the end it's worth it. So that's kind of like, as soon as we made the album, there was not really a conversation on like what's this going to be about. It was just like New Age, let's go, So.
And what you were saying there about being independent, obviously people go to these record labels to get established, but you and KSI, you're already established, so that's why you guys I think are doing so well, because you have your fan base, you built it up.
Yeah, so obviously we're fortunate to have that. Not everyone does have that, but if you can find a certain angle, then make that your angle. For us, it was like YouTube, and we had an audience there, so it's like, all right, let's cherish this audience and build with them, rather than going out with a label and finding like new people, and while neglecting our own people. It's not about that. It's about just including everyone where possible, and you can grow together. So. Yeah.
And I've seen a lot of people when they're reviewing and talking about the album and stuff, your lyrics are very relatable. You haven't went for this like big egotistical thing of everything you don't have. It's just the life that you're living. So
yeah, pretty much. Just if you can be as true as possible with your music or with any part of your work, I feel like that's going to have the most success, because then at the end of the day, at least you're being true to yourself. You're not trying to hide anything. So wherever you are, you can represent the music and what you're about to the best ability.
Yeah. But you guys have went through everything as well with music. So obviously there are some people who will probably call you guys like YouTube rappers, but you've done like everything. You've been in for so long. But so things like the diss tracks and stuff you've done, like now do you sort of regret them now that you're just solely going for your music, or is it still sort of like
Nah, I mean, diss tracks, I mean, I know recently a lot of people think, diss tracks is a YouTube thing, but it's not. Like, rap beef, it's been around in hip-hop forever. That's like one of the best ways for people to actually engage with music, because I mean, I think it's just what we as humans are about, this whole mob mentality thing. People just seem to enjoy it. It's entertainment, drama, news, it makes a headline. So that's not the reason we do it, but if there's a way for us to actually put it into a song, then we're going to do it. Especially for me, because I'm much better at articulating myself in a song than I would be sitting in front of a camera for half an hour talking. So for me, I choose diss tracks. I was a big fan of 50 Cent when I was a kid. He was always dissing people, so I was like, all right, now I got a chance to do this. Let me see what I can do. Let me see how I can be clever with my lyrics to go at somebody else. But yeah, it's just a different age. Like back in the day, they would, artists, rappers would diss each other on an album. So someone would have an altercation, then like say Jay-Z would diss somebody on his album, and then 3 months later, the guy would reply on the album. So YouTube's a bit different because you can get it done in a few days.
Exactly. Your videos, like I remember when everything was going on. Within like a day or two, you had a video, you had the song, you had everything.
Like, for Manchild, I was working like non-stop, like just. Literally, I wouldn't sleep just until I get this track done and put it out there.
Because of how good and professional it is. Like, you can see how much effort you were putting into it.
But no, I don't think diss tracks do, make you. I don't think it makes your music look any worse. It's just, I mean, one of the annoying things for me is that's how most people found my music. It's just like, all right, so that's where you found me from, and then it's like, all right, let me show you what I actually can do. So that is a process, but it's not something that I'm too bothered about. I just know that with the more music I put out there, the better I can do. So yeah,
but they're sticking around though. You're keeping the fans from it.
Exactly.
So it's all working out. Yeah. So on New Age, what would you say was your favorite song?
Favorite song for me? I mean, I've got many. Bow Down is probably my personal favorite because I don't know. That's like the one that people don't listen to the most. But I'm like, alright, that's like the underdog story, right? But for some reason, the beat, the sample, it's just a nice track, So that's my favorite.
So what are your plans for the future? After this tour or like during the tour, anything?
So for me, I think JJ and I are both gonna still do songs together, but we're gonna try and do different projects on our own, like solo things, work with other people to just progress it, and then maybe we'll do something again together, like an album in the future. But we're not even planning on it, like 2-3 years maybe. But
I was wondering that because at the minute you guys are sort of like having a Krept and Conan vibe because you're like joined together. But I was wondering if you're gonna like branch off and do your own things.
Yeah, for sure. We'll definitely branch off. I mean, we'll always be creating with each other. We've got a studio at JJ's apartment that we're going to be working on, both of our music, at. But we're definitely not always going to be KSI and Randolph. We'll definitely do our own things, And
finally, have you got any advice for any fans that want to make music or anyone who's trying to do the same sort of thing as you?
Yeah, just do it. Like literally, like people. When I was younger and I would see interviews like this where people would just say, "Oh yeah, go and do your thing, just don't stop." And I would always feel like it's a bit offensive because it's like, "Oh well, what do you mean? You don't understand where I'm coming from?" But at the end of the day, you just have to do it. If you keep making music, if you keep doing videos, whatever you're doing, you will get better at, and then you will find an audience. So just don't give up, really, pretty much. Cool. All right, sweet.